Ladies and gentlemen, so we resume our presentation, and I happen to be the last one. Quite serious issues have been raised by our previous celebrated speakers, and I want to start off with something lighter. So, though I will be talking about socio-economic issues of British Pakistani community, so that is my general theme, and I will be particularly raising the issue of women and burqa, which is quite hot and topical these days because of recent ban on burqa in France. So there is kind of a debate over here as well. So rather than straight away talking about that issue, I just wanted to ask how to cure your headache. I can see a lot of doctors here. So migraine and other forms of headache, so you have your own remedies and cures. In this African community, they have also got a cure. Okay, this continues for quite long, so I'll just use a small bit of it. My question, when of course it was shared by some of our friends on Facebook as a piece of humor, but I am rather taking it a bit more seriously. It's a case study, and I'm raising the question, why we laugh when we watch this? Why do we laugh? Yeah,
it's not something which is very not in our normal life.
Yeah, it's something.
Not it in our life.
Yes.
The sound effect is going to.
Yes, also it.
And you're not even sure whether this has been done for whatever reason is.
Yeah. But if this continues, and so we laughed. We found it quite irrational and silly thing to do. But more important question is, why what we can so obviously see, silly, shouldn't be done, still being done? And why this man who is suffering is ready to continue with this suffering?
It is a norm for the, maybe that's how they treat headache in their culture.
It's conditioning that he has seen somebody else, and it becomes part of aversive therapy. The next time he won't say he's got a headache because the pain associated with this will change. So the next time he won't say I've got headaches. That's all.
Great. Before I start trying to explain what is happening here, I would like to invoke two concepts here which are quite central to all literature, whether on management sciences, organizational studies, sociology, economics, political science. You find these are central ideas: control and power. So control is the ability to achieve what is desired. And I often, in my classroom, I use this to explain this idea that you are sitting in this vehicle, and that vehicle is kind of that organization that you want to reach somewhere. So you have a destination, finish it. So your ability to keep it on the road so that you end up where you want to go, that is control, that faculty, that ability. But in order to have that capability, you need certain gadgets, you need certain power devices, and that's power. So that ability to achieve control, that is through power. And like I'm just showing here, you have remote control, you can control TV, in the car you have brake, you have steering wheel, so you control the vehicle. Same thing is happening here. This is an organization. A community is also an organization. And I'm using this small organization as a case study here. So we have one power wielder, somebody who is enjoying that power. And that comes through a lot of other control mechanisms, social controls that we usually categorize them. Then another group which is legitimacy provider. So there must be another group which legitimizes the power of that power wielder. And the third one is, of course, the sufferer, the one who is suffering, and as rightly explained by our friend here and also friend there, that it gets conditioned. And why this conditioning takes place? Because all of them, all the three, are connected by chain of common faith. And when I use the word faith, I'm not just using it in its religious connotation, religious meaning. Faith source can be anything. Organizations, they do have faith systems. They have some norms and taken for granted beliefs. The source can be nationalism. Nazism was a faith system, but it wasn't religion based. We have cultures, cultural faith. So any source, all of them are linked inside that faith chain. And that kind of takes away the ability of the sufferer to do introspection and see what we can see, because we are seeing it outside this faith system. Just I am inviting you to think how many sufferings we all undergo, different sections of our society undergo, because nobody can question that faith which is holding everything together. So this brings me to this very important idea to understand. What we see is behavior, and we don't like it. Like Tahmina in her presentation and Anwar also pointed at certain behaviors which are unacceptable, and those are being challenged. The problem is behavior itself is driven by a mindset. Unless you challenge that mindset, it's very difficult to change that behavior. And the mindset in turn is driven by those commonly shared beliefs and faith systems. So unless you challenge those beliefs, you can't change the mindset. And if you can't change the mindset, you can't change the behavior. So we can't simply change behavior of the actors by simply tackling behavior issues. We have to go to what is driving that behavior, mindset. And in order to change the mindset, at times we are forced to challenge certain beliefs which are the basis of that mindset. And that's how faith and behavior are interlinked.